I'm getting a very sad breaking news right now, unfortunate breaking news which is coming in on the broadcast. Assam's longest serving Chief Minister, Mr. Tarun Gogoi, has passed away, and he was 86 years old. He passed away due to coronavirus. So once again, a reminder of how grim the situation of the coronavirus is. Former Chief Minister of Assam, Tarun Gogoi, he was 86 years old. He was in charge. He was at the helm of the affairs in Assam 3 consecutive terms between 2001 and 2016. He was the Chief Minister. This is now a very, very unfortunate news which is coming in at this moment. Going across to consulting editor India Today, Rajdeep Sardesai, who is joining us at this moment. Rajdeep, a very sad, unfortunate news indeed. Tarun Gogoi, one of the stalwarts of the Congress party. Before 2016, the man who served, in Assam for 3 consecutive terms is no more. You've covered him. You have seen, him, his rise in the Congress party, of course, in Assam. If you can tell us more about the loss that it would be for the Congress party and Indian politics.
Ankit, Tarun Gogoi was one of the tallest figures of the Congress in the history of Assam politics. I think probably after Hiteshwar Saikia, he was the Chief Minister who had perhaps the maximum hold over the Congress party. And in a sense, one of the last of the regional satraps of the Congress party has passed away. Ironically, just months before Assam is to go to the polls this year. And he had developed COVID and died of post-COVID complications. Tarun Gogoi was one of those leaders who was able to hold together the various factions within the Congress. Yes, there were the likes of Hemanta Biswa Sarma, who he had nursed and nurtured over the years, who eventually left the Congress. But by and large, Tarun Gogoi was able to hold a deeply factionalized Congress together, and importantly, able to bridge the various divides that existed within Assamese society. So you could well call him the tallest contemporary leader of Assam, the 21st century leader of Assam, someone who was seen as a Gandhi family loyalist. His son Gaurav Gogoi is also close to Rahul Gandhi. But more importantly, I think Tarun Gogoi was one of those few leaders remaining in the Congress who could at least command a base within his home state. At a time when the Congress has been struggling in different states to nurture and empower regional leaders, Tarun Gogoi was perhaps the last of that generation. And it is, in that sense, ahead of the elections, a big loss to the Congress and, of course, to his family.
Rajdeep, may I request you to stay on with me because you were speaking about Hemanta Biswa Sarma. He spoke about this sad demise of Mr. Tarun Gogoi. Let's listen in to what Hemanta Biswa Sarma said.
Former Chief Minister of Assam, Sri Tarun Gogoi, left this world at 5:34 p.m. today after prolonged illness. The doctors and the medical fraternity tried their best, but we could not get him back. He was in ventilation, and in the life support throughout, he was in a life support system, and ultimately at 5:34 p.m. he left this world.
Rajdeep, 2016 election, I was in Assam, and after the loss to the Bharatiya Janata Party, though I met Mr. Tarun Gogoi for an interview, he was, he was still not bitter as far as Hemanta Biswa Sarma is concerned. He was sad, but he was not bitter even at that point of time after being dealt that defeat, after serving as the Chief Minister for 3 consecutive terms.
In that sense, Ankit, he belonged, as I said, to an earlier generation of politicians who had friends on all sides. So I don't think Tarun Gogoi carried enmities with anyone. He was among those, that breed of politicians who lived by the motto of consensus building. Yes, I think the departure of Hemanta Biswa Sarma did hurt him because he had nurtured Hemanto through the 90s and even as a minister in his cabinet. But he did not hold any grudges against anyone, and therefore was seen to be the kind of leader, as I said, who could bridge the divides within a fractured Assamese society as well at times, a politically fractured society. So in that sense, it is a loss when such a leader who's, and particularly at sensitive times, like at the moment, when issues that are seen to be polarizing seem to take over the agenda, the likes of Tarun Gogoi were the kind who could provide a healing touch. And in that sense, he is a major loss to the Congress in Assam, to Assamese society, and of course to his family.
Rajdeep Sardesai, thank you so much for speaking to us, sharing your thoughts. A big loss, as Rajdeep was saying, for the political class in Assam and to the Assamese society as well. And very tall, big shoes for his son Gaurav Gogoi now to fill after the sad demise of his father, Tarun Gogoi. Thank you so much, Rajdeep, for speaking to us.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.